we were out at the River Cafe, and we were sitting there at dinner, and out of the corner of my eye, I see this big head of hair. And I look over, and it's Howard Stern. Came to dinner, I'm like, oh wow, that's Howard Stern. That's awesome. I was like, what a great thing to take some customers out to dinner, and you have Howard Stern show up. And then right behind him was Jimmy Kimmel. I was like, this is awesome. I was so thankful, and I went over, because I texted them earlier. I said, hey, I got some customers coming. Can you mind showing up? But it was nice for them to do that, so it was very
I think the funniest part was when I ran into Jimmy Kimmel in the cobblestone parking lot, and his wife was wearing these stiletto heels and was having trouble maneuvering on the cobblestones. And he said, instead of cobblestones, we should call them hobblestones, ha ha ha. And she's like, yeah, Jimmy, get in the car. Overview of 1-800-Flowers, maybe some of you have heard of us. We started out as a single floral shop 45 years ago, and we have now grown to an enterprise of 12 brands. Our most recent acquisition is Sherry's Berries, which we just acquired over the summer. So that's a huge win for us, which would position us really well for the upcoming holidays. Our vision is most importantly to help customers connect, express emotion, and celebrate the special moments in their lives. And our mission is very simple. We deliver smiles. Onboarding of temp agents during peak. How much can you train them? How much can they possibly learn about your products, the nuances of your business, and how to handle different customer complaints and concerns appropriately? And then numerous phone lines. We have service lines, we have order lines, we have web support lines. I think at last count we had like 45 different lines. So it becomes a bit of a beast to try to manage. And we already had an IVR solution, but the challenge with IVR is you hit a button, right? And they start mashing on 0. So we wanted to offer them a little bit better of an experience. And the last piece of it was the inability to customize the call flow based on how your customers are interacting with you. Is the way you designed it the way that you expected them to interact with it? And how do you fail fast? How do you learn from what you put into the market and fix that in the very next release so that you're constantly on this road of improvement?
Right.
So it's really about exploring. We love to play, we love to learn, and we love to iterate. We believe that we have a huge appetite for trying new things, learning from them, and evolving with them as the emerging media evolves.
Sounds like Jimmy Kimmel's doing stand-up in the next room.
Yeah, I know. Spoke about this a little bit before, optimized agent utilization. Not only is it challenging to ramp up new agents during peak, but what tasks are meaningful enough for our agents to actually handle? Something like an order status, where's my order, what day will it arrive, has it shipped yet? That's not really a meaningful human engagement, it's just information. So how do we automate things that are very transactional and informational and really keep our agents focused on the things that are a little bit more difficult, like you need help with figuring out the appropriate sympathy spray to send to a funeral on behalf of your whole family. Some of these things are a little bit more nuanced and need the agent care, so we're really focused on trying to get the agents to work on the things that they really excel at and really can add value with.
Exactly, and pretty much, the goal of conversational AI isn't to replace agents or anything like that. Is to give your agents more time to do the things that you want them to do, rather than doing data capture or order statuses, things that are not as valuable as something. It's upselling. It's making that customer feel special.
It's the connection.
Exactly.
The last point is core to us as a company to continue to scale and evolve to meet customer needs. Customers are engaging with us in different ways. They're much more addicted to their mobile phones than they were before. Less things are happening on desktop. So one of our goals is trying to be where our customers are. So I want to tell you a little bit about our current application. Right now, it's really focused on intent engagement. We're a little bit early on in the journey, So what we're trying to do is learn. We want to learn what are the intents the customers are saying to us. What do they want? And as we start analyzing the intents that we're capturing, we start building designs to support those flows. So one of them is really obvious, it's order status, right? I placed an order, where is it, how's it going, all those little details. So off the bat, let me check that email, let me pull it up on my phone. We taught the IVA, it's going to take the person a moment. Be patient, wait the moment. And then if they don't respond, say, do you need extra time? So it actually listens to the silence and it tries to prompt the user. Do you need more time? Do you want to do something else? I thought that was really interesting. The other thing we noticed is it was a little bit hard to hear him, right? Like you could barely hear the customer, but the IVA heard him perfectly. The other thing we noticed is people with accents, different places. The IVA picked it up perfectly where a human might have human challenges with understanding accents or low volume or background noise. What was really cool about Interactions platform was it kind of parsed through that. I was like, I couldn't hear that, but apparently the IVA did. So it really does improve the customer experience on a totally different level.
Absolutely. We do have a couple other calls at our booth if you'd like to listen to them, where there's really good examples of people with heavy accents, people not picking up, putting their phone down and then picking it back up, and the IVA's still being able to serve that customer and not just send them right to an agent like a normal traditional speech solution would.
And I think the other thing that's interesting about the second call, and I actually asked John to pull this call because I was just so tickled by it when we were listening to it. So one of the things he was talking about is how this system is smarter than other voice systems. It knows how to handle things that we didn't teach it to handle. So I never taught it to handle a compliment because I didn't expect any. And watch what happens.